Things are starting to take form in regards to the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 consoles. Now, I know Sony has kept silent for a very long time about their new console, and that news has been worrying or irritating fans all over the gaming world. But that hasn't stopped Xbox from showcasing what they feel is a very solid product in the Xbox Series X. And with this confidence, it seems that a lot of media and people around the gaming world have been in Xbox's corner. And how could they not be with the confidence that Xbox is exuding at this point, and the lack of confidence Sony and PlayStation are showing when it comes to their PS5 console? Now, I know this video will get a lot of people mad, but honestly, I don't care, because apparently I'm not the only one that's a little annoyed with Sony at the moment. And I'm clearly not the only one that thinks Xbox has the upper hand when it comes to the quality their console is going to be compared to the competition. And that's what this new article that's come out is talking about. They mentioned that Xbox's console is going to be higher quality compared to PS5, and that Sony is waiting for Microsoft to make a move before they decide to reveal some of the features and price of the PlayStation 5. So let's dive into this new article and discuss why Sony's PlayStation is playing scared next generation. Let's get into it. So like always, if you liked the video, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support is greatly appreciated. Okay, let's talk about this article because it does hint at a lot of things that I've been talking about for a little while now. And that's how Xbox is starting to be very confident in the way they market the brand, especially in regards to the Xbox Series X. They were the first to show their console, they're the first to talk about specs, and from what Sony's plan is, they'll be the first to show price and their plan for next generation. All of this exudes confidence, all the while Sony is laying low like they said, and aren't really ready to share anything about the new console. And the article says as much when it says this. Aside from Sony's tidbits of information like the revealed specs of the new controller, the name of the device, and the logo, a lot of information is still hiding in the dark. Though we've seen tons of leaked info from thousands of websites, Sony is still keeping its mouth shut. However, on Sony's financial briefing, the company's chief financial officer, Hiroki Totaki, gave quite details on the pricing plans of the PS5, and it is connected to Microsoft's Xbox Series X. In the event, Totaki mentioned that the company seemed to be waiting on Microsoft before releasing its pricing plans for PS5. Technically, once Microsoft's Xbox Series X revealed its price ratings, Sony will then give what the crowd has been looking forward to, the price of PS5. Alright, now this statement has been talked about and people finally understand what Sony's strategy is. I have to say, I'm not a big fan of it. Instead of standing by your product and feeling confident in it, all they're doing here is making me doubt it. This truly reminds me of the PS4 Pro launch and how they ran on stage, said some words about checkerboard rendering, and then ran right off the stage. This happened because Xbox came out on stage at E3 and showcased the most powerful console in the world with the Xbox One X. It was a massive reveal and probably something that staggers Sony with their PS4 Pro launch. Now, I know most people will hate that I said that, but you can't deny the sloppy launch of the PS4 Pro and how it was very underwhelming as a console, and this is coming from someone that owns one and has played all of their PS4 exclusive games on the PS4 Pro. The strategy currently feels the same for the next generation. Hold back and wait for Microsoft to make the first move. Let them go out there and show the console they have ready for the world while we wait in the wings and reveal our console when it suits us. This sounds like a company desperate for any type of advantage, and it sounds like a company that might just have the lesser quality console, and the people reporting on this are saying the same thing. Here's what's being said. Sony PS5, cheaper but less quality console, says report. This means that Sony PS5 is planning to create a lower price for its gaming console, although do not rejoice yet. IGN Japanese editor-in-chief Shin was roughly translated saying that Xbox Series X will be more powerful compared to the PS5's cheaper rates. The Xbox Series X is doubtless aiming for much greater performance than the PS5. There are some differences in specs, and PS5 aims are cheaper than the Xbox Series X as a result, said the editor-in-chief, according to comicbook.com's translation. Now, of course, all of these statements are pure rumor, but if you look at the behavior of both companies, it's not hard to see that Sony is playing this game very scared. All the while, Microsoft is very confident in what they're doing and are investing so much more in gaming than they have in the past. But that confidence and all that investment is starting to push the Xbox in a much more positive light. And the quiet demeanor of the PlayStation marketing team seems to tell a different story and even put the PS5 in a negative light. Because a lot of the so-called insiders were saying that the new PS5 will be announced at an event in February or the beginning of February. Yet Sony said absolutely nothing, so no one really knows what's happening. The only thing that's starting to really shine is that the Xbox Series X will be the most powerful console in the world. There are too many credible people saying the same thing and too much hype surrounding Xbox that it's starting to become almost a sure thing. So while Sony stays silent and doesn't have an event for the last 2 years, Microsoft is coming out at almost every single event announcing new games, new consoles, and just providing great content to its gamers on the platform. No matter how you slice it, the momentum seems to have shifted, and I think the silence that Sony's operating on is hurting them. Let's hope they start to announce some things for the next generation, and let's hope it happens soon. Because if it doesn't happen in the next couple of months, we have no idea when it will. Because we all know they aren't going to E3 2020 for some reason, and as a gamer, I can't wait to see what they announce, and it's starting to get worrisome that they aren't confident enough in their product to announce it before Xbox does. And I'll leave you with this quote from Totoki, who is a Sony representative. What is not very clear or visible is because we are competing in the space, so it's very difficult to discuss anything about the price at this point of time, and depending upon the price level, we may have to determine the promotion that we are going to deploy and how much cost we are prepared to pay. Without directly saying they wait for the Xbox prices, Totoki noted that the businesses where they rely on must be applied with balance, implying that prices on PS5 must range within their competitors' prices. There you have it, folks. They aren't clear on the competition's price, and like all of us, we aren't clear on exactly what they're trying to do. Yet in the same breath, I know exactly what Xbox is trying to do, and I'm confident they will have a solid strategy for next generation. As for Sony, not so much. But enough about what I think of this. Tell me what you think about all of this. Do you trust Sony to release a solid console that can rival the Xbox Series X? Are you annoyed with the silence that Sony is operating under? Do you think Xbox has more confidence in their product? Do you think Sony knows they don't have the power narrative anymore? Can you see Xbox actually making a much bigger dent in the console market next generation? Which console do you want to know more about? Is Sony actually playing scared? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support helps out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamertag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete with achievements for the month. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.